Hey guys, welcome to Organized Play Figure Reviews with the Alpha Strike. Yes, you get Professor Erks and Magneto both tag teaming in on this one right here.
So, by popular demand, we've decided to start doing figure reviews on possibly non-meta level figures. But in particular, we've had a very strong request for OP figures, so we're going to, just as we get our hands on them, in groups of 3, we're going to go ahead and review them. I know these are a couple months past, but they're still pretty hot, so let's see what we can do.
Alright, who we got first?
I'm going to lead out with Sinestro, so 150 points for this big bad boy.
Wow.
Has Injustice League team ability. For those who are not familiar with this team ability, it allows you to, any character who has this team ability is attacking a character.
An opposing character.
Opposing character that has been attacked by a character using this team ability, their attack does not count toward your actions for the turn. I may be quoting that somewhat incorrectly, but from what I read, it's basically Brotherhood Mutant for attacks. So
for consecutive attacks with the same team ability on a figure.
On the same character. I question how useful that's going to be, especially with this guy rolling in at 150 points. I mean, how many other people am I going to have that are taking shots on him for how many actions I have for the game? It's not like they just don't get an action token. It just doesn't take from my pool. But Joker's Wild is coming, so we might see some more Injustice League.
Possibly a resurgence in that. We'll see.
Calculator, copying it, making it a thing.
Yes.
Who knows? But he starts out with running shot, 11 movement, 11 attack with Pensai, outwit with 4 damage. So I mean,
wow.
Seriously, I'm cutting through your defense. I'm gonna get you. Flight, Indom, and a special defense power that says you can use energy shield deflection and invulnerability, and adjacent friendly characters can use energy shield deflection. So handing out that ESD like it's candy.
That's pretty awesome. We both have a big giant yellow shield.
And then he breaks down into a sidestep with invuln and range combat expert with 3 damage.
3 damage.
For the rest of his dial, 7 range. Definitely your shooter type character, alpha level attacker with added bonus for your energy shield deflection. So definitely a range game. But 150 points in a 300 circuit, that is half your team right there on that big boy.
Does have willpower. That's super handy.
Got the willpower and the invuln through his whole dial. I mean, invuln whole dial. That's without something to break that. Can definitely keep him alive for a good long time.
Seems like he'll last. Alright, the one I'm going to check out here is Lex Luthor.
Before you continue, I just happened to notice his running shot is titled Strike Hard. I think Sinestro is trying to work his way into our show.
Indeed. Alright.
Can I strike first on here?
I don't think Lex Luthor has it, no. Alright. But basically, he's 110 points, has flight, standard symbols besides that, and 6 range with 3 lightning bolts, so targets. He just shoots all over the place. Cool suit. His trait is kryptonite-tipped trank darts.
Because that's a thing.
Yeah, seriously. When Lex Luthor hits one or more opposing characters, after action resolve, give one hit character an action token, or give one hit character with the Kryptonian keyword 2 action tokens. So he can dish out his 4 printed damage to your 3 targets and give one of them an action token. And if it happens to be Kryptonian, like Superman, Supergirl, fill in blank here, 2 tokens.
Very, very quiet. I'm hunting Superman.
Yeah. And his defense power is invulnerability as well, with willpower. So it doesn't have the Indom symbol, but still can push. So if he's on your team, he can do some work.
For 3 bolts, how much range? 6?
6 range.
6 range? Hey, I use it. It's got that Hawkeye thing going on, 3 bolts and 1 damage in all directions, but not as much range, but that's okay.
Yeah, he does have leadership, no outwit like you'd think a typical Lex Luthor would have, but that's okay.
He's not using his brain. He's definitely flooding out on this one. He's just hunting Superman.
Yeah, second click just loses a speed and gains a defense. Well, no, 18, same both clicks. Then he has charge with exploit. So there's his getting rid of your defenses, like, impervious and stuff like that.
He's going to run up and punch you in the face.
Carries that for 3 clicks with 3 damage all the way through. Just keep that good damage value.
He rolls in at 110?
Yeah, and then 9 on his 5th click, 9 attack on 5th click. Then last click he has stealth with a 16 defense with regen.
Run away and hide.
So he can heal back up and come get you some more. So, not a bad click for 110. I could
Not
see
bad at
him.
all.
I can see him as a really good call-in for his new conclusive ID card if you can get a hold of that one. So keep that one in
110,
mind.
yeah, that's pretty solid.
It's pretty solid indeed.
And then we have Captain Cold, Leonard Snart. By the way, one of my favorite characters from the Flash show and Legends of
Legend of Tomorrow.
No spoilers, but he will be missed.
We do love those shows, guys. So those are pretty cool shows. What do we got here for Mr. Snart?
Is that sidestep he starts with?
No, that's ice slides, leaf climb. Just like
Seriously, this dial is printed that really looks pink. I've got natural light bulbs in here to try and offset that, but the difference is like minimal. So
I love his enhancement. It says the Snart touch because he enhances you.
He's got the bad touch. So what's his special defense power there, Eric? We're looking at 60 points, calculator, 6 range with 2 bolts. No, just standard symbols the rest of the way around.
And calculator. And good keywords: Central City, Justice League, Legion of Doom, and Rogues. It's like what you want from a Captain Cold. So his defense power is called Absolute Zero. Captain Cold can use Barrier and Toughness, so he can help you not take. He can take less damage, which is nice. When he uses Barrier, he may move up to 3 squares before placing blocking terrain markers. Characters adjacent to his blocking terrain markers can't be given actions to activate speed powers, like Hypersonic, or
A sidestepping Mystique.
Stealth. Cut off stealth with ice blocks. How funny is that?
Yeah. You
Running
cannot
shot.
hide behind my ice blocks because they're see-through. Gets in cap later in his dial, loses his special barrier, picks up shape change and plasticity and toughness. Altogether for 60 points, yeah, I'd pay for it.
60 points. I mean, how do you feel about like a running shot barrier, essentially, almost? That's pretty. That can be handy in a situation, especially for like a call-in too for the
3
ID
squares.
card. That is interesting.
It's pretty awesome. And for 60 points, and like you said, ID card call in for. Did we get a Sinestro already?
Recently, for the ID card,
I'm asking the ID card pro here.
we've never gotten a Sinestro ID card now.
No Sinestro yet, but Joker's Wild is coming, and I think the ID cards are not going away anytime soon. So.
It's really hit or miss with WizKids. They love to do these kinds of things, so we'll see.
Well, these are the OP kit prizes. For those of you who may be a little bit behind on your prizes at your venue, you now have a little something to go on when you're thinking about what you're going for the W for.
So Mike, do you want to do a little bit of a rating, 1 through 5, on each of us, our opinion on the figure?
Sure.
Starting with Sinestro, what would you give him out of 5?
I give him 4. Anybody who is really aggressive, high-level attacker. 150 points is the only thing that keeps him from being a 5, but I could see him out there just wrecking some face.
I completely agree. A 4 is solid because he has the stats, he has the reducers, the EST, so he has a big defense and gives your friends the same thing. The 5 is the point cost and the team ability, which, as you said right now, probably isn't the most irrelevant, but that could change. So
Could
4
change.
is solid.
Captain Cold, I'm gonna have some hurt saying this, but a 2. I'm only coming in at 2 because he's not really an attacker. He's more of a support piece. 60 points, rolls out some enhancement, drops a barrier. Neat trick, but if you're the only person on my team, I know I'm down and out. Sorry.
Me personally, I want to give him at least a 3. I figure on your team, depending on what his role is, he will most likely be a tie-up piece. He won't do a whole lot of damage himself. If you're going to play him as an ID card, I want to almost give him a 4. His utility is uncanny.
Oh, as an ID card, I give him a 5.
So, yeah, as an ID
Okay.
card, 4 or 5 for us for sure. As a figure on a team, 2 or 3 is fair. If 60 points is not a big investment, but being able to put down barriers that could just slow down your entire team, like if you can TK him out, he'll move through squares and say, oh, you have a running shot. Barrier for you, and then it connects to the guy who's charged. Stick right there. That's pretty ruthless, so, yeah.
Good chance to recoup and change the flow of the game. Lex Luthor, I will rank him in at a 4 for. I'll go 4.5. I don't know if we're doing halves. Are we doing
I'll
halves?
allow halves. It's fine.
We'll do halves this episode, but no, we'll just cancel that. I'm going 4.
Just going.
We're not going to do halves. That's just way too much. We're just 4. I'm
4.
going to give him 4. The only thing that's keeping him from being a 5 is that, I really haven't given him a chance to roll. He drops pretty hard. I could see him being a Glass Jaw McGraw if somebody just got him real good. 6 range, I mean, I would have liked to see 7, and 8's just a little too much to ask for. But 3 targets, you know, the fact that he's got that really awesome Trank Dart, but it's related specifically to Kryptonians. I don't run into a lot of Kryptonians in my venue. I don't know if necessarily it'd be worth a 110 points, but I don't know. As a call-in, definitely give him a 5. I would call him any day of the week for 110 points.
You feel the damage output he can do with 11 attack and
A single shot
put a
for
token
4,
down.
or 2 shots for 2, or a shot for, you know.
If he had precision strike, he would be a 5 call-in all day
Absolutely.
long.
And the team ability, I have to say that's kind of a distractor from those. You know, I would rather seen you know, Superman enemy or
Superman enemy at the
calculator
very
even.
least, yeah. But they were going for the Injustice League OP kit, which is what this is called, so it makes sense.
Captain Cold with calculator.
Thank you for giving calculator. Rogues are just meant to be calculators because you never know what they're going to do next.
What's your rating on old Luther over here?
As a figure, I want to give him at least a 3. 110 points is fair. If I was going to play like an Injustice League as a leader, he's got the leadership. I don't know in the future if they'll have more Injustice League characters. There was a good allotment in Trinity War, but they were really high point figures, most of them higher than him for the most part.
Vandal Savage.
Yeah, oh, Vandal Savage. But yeah, I want to say a 3. As a call-in, I'd give him a 4. I think that, like I said, the damage output, the attack is there. 5 points can just detriment a team. Damage, and a token for you. Oh, and you're Superman, there's 2 for you. So, and that can also trigger, you know, if they don't have willpower, click a damage for pushing, that kind of stuff. There are Supermen out there with no willpower. World's finest. So.
Isn't the cough supposed to cover that up?
Was it? So, but yeah,
uh,
that's been our review, guys. Hopefully that's helpful to you guys. And if you like these, let us know. If you want any other things we're missing, you feel we should talk about, let us know. This will only get better from here on out. So.
Up next, we will be reviewing Moon Knight, Shang-Chi, and Shroud from the latest OP kit. We both got our hands on it, so we're going to be rolling that one out next.
Alright guys, so we'll see you guys in the next review show. This has been the Alpha Strike. I am Eric.
And I'm Mike.
And remember, strike first.
And strike hard.